Holla music! Alright guys, it's Jesse, Iowa Audio Review. Got some new speaker stands here. Some time ago I did a video on the Deca mount speaker stands that were quite similar to these, but they just had the flat triangle base, which was good. It's just the height adjustment and everything with them was great, but as I've done some bigger speakers now and stuff, putting some bigger monitors or bigger, heavier bookshelf speakers on those, they get a little kind of, I don't want to say tipsy, but just kind of flimsy. The speaker kind of sways back and forth too much. So this should be a similar solution, but more sturdy. And I need a sturdy, height adjustable speaker stand, because between reviewing and fixing and building and doing all kinds of stuff with speakers, I need a stand that I can raise and lower to manage my height dominance with different speakers, and then a stand like this that can hold, I think they say 120 pounds. So I have a pretty big a variety of speakers I can set on here, and then also be able to swivel them around and change the how big the base is and small the base is. We'll get to it, but I already have one of them assembled just because the box is big. I want to get it out of the way. We'll get one pulled out here. They kind of just come folded up. There's not much assembly. Pretty quick. Most people should be able to put these together in 5 minutes. Get the box out of the way. Here's the stand itself. That's about as wide as my angle gets. Unwrap this puppy. Alright, we'll get to this in a second. Let's get this set up here. Whoops. Oh, I messed up my crossover there. There. I mean, I can't get the whole thing in shot, but you get the idea. There's just a top of the post up here with the knob to tighten down. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people have already used these before. You can slide this in and out for different height and tighten this down, and then, well, here. Let me just do this. It's easier. Obviously, yep, if you're new to this, these kind of stands, you loosen this. You can raise this to wherever you want, see the hole, and put the pin through. That keeps it from going down, because if you put a big old set of, I don't know, heavy JBL monitors on there, you want something to keep it from dropping down. And then you tighten this up, and that kind of locks it in place. And then this down here, you get your feet where you want them. Bigger speakers, probably want to widen feet out more, or if you have a limited footprint. Well, if you have big speakers, you probably should always make these as wide as possible, just to make it stable. But if you have smaller, you can bring these in a little bit. If you have a restricted footprint you have to work with, and then just get it where you want it and tighten this down. Nice heavy reinforced, I don't know, shoulders. I don't know the technical term. I guess it just says reinforced leg housing. And then the fit here is a 1 3/8 inch or 35 millimeter speaker socket up here for your fit. Then down here, nice rubber non-slip feet, and they're not like a hard plastic. They actually are nice and rubbery, so they're kind of grippy, which is good. And minimum height, let me get this put down here. Minimum height on these that I measured, all with this, with this all the way down. And you can either set the speaker right on here for the socket type or whatever. Would be about 31 with the speaker all the way down. Right here, about to here is 31, and then all the way up is 48. Now, then the other piece they give you with it is what I'll be using. Come on. There we go. is they give you this handy dandy little plate here. You get this backed up. Nice steel, pretty thick steel plate, pretty heavy. Aha. Okay. And where's my tape measure? What we got? 9 1/8 by 9 1/8. So there you go. And if you want, they also include these foam pads or grippers right here that you can stick on here to protect your speakers or help them keep them from sliding around. Because if you have a bookshelf speaker or something with a smooth surface, this smooth surface is just going to slide around. So we'll get these put on real quick. Ta-da! There we go. Got those stuck on there. And then they do include one piece of hardware with it. And your screw to hold your plate on is stored in the top here. So we'll get this guy out. Take him out. Bink. Set that on top. Washer on top. I know you guys can't see quite up here what I'm doing, but the camera only goes so high. We'll put them together. We'll get them. I'll set them on the floor and set a set of speakers on them. And then after that, I'm going to mod them so they go even lower because I want as much height adjustment as possible. Okay, that's both of them set up. On the left is the Sony CS5 bookshelf speaker, really common, typical size bookshelf speaker. And on the right is kind of a sneak preview of the Pioneer CS410 that I've been, vintage speaker I've been remodeling. It's almost done and review will be coming finally. But yeah, large speaker on one, small speaker on the other. And then this is at the lowest. I'm gonna mod them so they go a little bit lower, but being able to change that height and be able to use all different size speakers is kind of what I'm after. So the next step is let's make them shorter. Okay, I got this set here. This is low as this goes. There must be a plug down in the base, the tube that stops it from going any lower, which is fine. But I basically want this plate to, I know this will probably hit, but let's see, low as I can go with still being able to turn this is I'm going to be able to cut off about 2.5 inches here. Let me double check. Measure twice, cut once. 2.5, 2 3/4 would be the max. So what we'll do, whoops, take this off now. And there's a little stopper at the end of the tube. You just got to kind of yank it off. Once you pull the end of the tube off, then you can see they put this little safety deal on there. Get rid of that. Put this back on here. Let me guess, this is the same size Allen. Yep, we'll loosen that. Put that back on. Line it up with the other knob. Oops. Snug that back up. Okay, now on this end of the tube, I'm going to mark and cut off 2 3/4 inches. And I just took a scratch awl and marked my 2 3/4 inches. Next, take one of these and we'll cut it off. Okay, we got that cut off. you can see it just happened to end up right where one of the safety holes were, but it doesn't matter because no one will ever see this end of the tube anyway. And after you cut it off, you just got to take a file and kind of clean up the edge here. So there's I'll get all the burrs and stuff off, and we'll put it back in here. Whoop. See where we're at now. It got us down to 26.5. Looseness. As you adjust the base, it goes up a little bit. So with the feet out wider, 27.25. This feet kind of all the way out. So really big speakers, 28.5. So it's still going to fluctuate a little bit depending on how far out you have the feet. I probably won't have them out that far because most of the time I won't have a very big speaker on here. So looks like the lowest it gets now is 26.25. So not bad. So taking off 2 3/4, roughly 3 inches, because it varies a little bit based on where you have the, like I said, where you have how much you have the legs out or in. Quite sturdy sons of guns. There we go. But yeah, that should give me about, like I said, 26.25 all the way up to 4 foot of height adjustment, which I don't think I'll ever need that much. But yeah, so far I'm happy with them. You'll probably see them in a lot of videos in the future because I'll be using them probably as my main stands. And the reason the Deco ones I had before, I only used them for a little while. I think they're a Deco mount. I think several companies make them just like these. They had the adjustable main tube here, but they had the triangle base, which was nice and everything, but when you got a heavy speaker on top of them, they would just sway and get a little bit top heavy, where these, having the legs that I can adjust out and in, these are just a lot more stable. So, and with speakers, one of the best things you can do for your speakers is put them on nice stable stands. You don't want tall, flimsy stands. So, all right, guys. Any questions, whatever, put them in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.